friends, welcome to my channel. Welcome back. If you've been here before, if you're new, just welcome. If you're new, this is a bad time to be coming in. So as this video is titled, this is my goodbye video. So nothing dramatic or anything like that, but I just kind of wanted some closure with things. And, here and there people kind of have reached out, and which I've really appreciated. So I just figured, let's put a cap on this channel. Let's put a cap on it, say goodbye, say thank you, and we can all move on. So obviously I'm gonna kind of explain why I am ending my channel. Again, nothing dramatic, but and kind of go through my story for the last year. I think it's been over a year at this point since I last filmed, and I had no idea that, my last video was my last video. I just, things happen. So, okay, so prior to my quitting of YouTube, if you will, prior to that, I had, this is me going through my explanation, by the way. I had gone through a little bit of a existential, is that the right, existential? That just seems hard to say. Existential crisis with my channel, where I really didn't know where to take it. I had, when I started this channel, I was very passionate about the unboxings. I remember when I first discovered, I think I had first discovered unboxings by, maybe I'd seen a Stitch Fix Facebook advertisement. So I went to YouTube to be like, what is this? And then it was like, unboxings. And I was obsessed. I remember laying in bed at night and it's all I could think about. And there were times I couldn't sleep and I would get up and watch unboxing videos. Like, I was just obsessed. And that instilled in me just this desire to have this channel, to do these unboxings, to film, to share them with you guys, because I loved consuming that. I loved consuming it, so I wanted to create that kind of content, and I loved doing it. Well, I did it for a couple of years, slightly on and off, because I just have a bad habit of just randomly disappearing for months on end. And I got to the point where, one, I was barely leaving the house because of the pandemic, and honestly, I'm still barely leaving the house. So I'm not wearing a lot. I'm very much an athleisure or just straight up pajamas all day. I like to be comfy, so while I'm working, I'm wearing sweats. So I was at the point where it's like I'm buying these clothes, but I'm not really wearing them out at all. And then also, when I started my channel, I had a lot of old clothes, out of style, stuff I'd had in college, maybe even in high school. And so as I was like buying items, keeping items, frequently if I would hang something up, I would grab out something to get rid of. And eventually that stopped because I didn't really see stuff that was like obvious, like, okay, this is old, I'm not grabbing this anymore. Let's get rid of it. Then I went through, in my channel, I did like my closet clean out series, I think it was, and an attempt to, clear out some more space. And also because I was struggling with, I'm not wearing these clothes and I have no place to put them. And so I went through that series, didn't finish it, again, sorry. And still didn't know where to go from there, because I realized I had kind of lost my heart for the channel, even with a little extra room in my closet. And to be honest, just the clean out I didn't create a ton of extra space. Even with that, it didn't kind of reinvigorate my love for the style box. I mean, it became a thing where it's like you get a box in the mail and you feel like, okay, I have work to do. This means I have work to do. Where this is a hobby. I have a full-time job. This is a hobby. This is optional. This is supposed to be for fun. So where I started out, I remember when I first got boxes, it was like, I would see that box sitting there. I didn't want to open it unless it was on camera, but it's like, when am I going to have a minute so that I can film opening this? Like, I was just so excited to open it, to film it, things like that. Whereas eventually I'd get a box and be like, all right, well, I'll find some time to do this. So, my heart just was not there anymore. It was a chore. And then I guess as I've taken these breaks, it was never, not a single break I've taken is intentional. It just was always kind of a spiraling thing where I missed a video or two, or I wanted to post a video. I hadn't commented on the previous one at all, and I felt like I should go through and do some comments. I'm terrible, terrible, terrible with commenting. I'm so sorry, guys. I always appreciated everybody's comments. I struggle to come up with words. It's just not my forte. I'm a math person. I always say I don't do words. And so I always struggled up with what to say in comments back to people. And so I sometimes ended up taking those breaks because I didn't want to post another video without commenting. And then I didn't get around to the commenting, which means I didn't get around to posting the video. And it just 3 months later, I'm all like, I'm back. So that happened. And then, so that happened where I missed a couple videos. And then back again, I think it was February or March of last year. And then we were doing a lot of work around the house. So we did a kitchen remodel. We redid a bunch of stuff in our bathrooms, our bedrooms. We did a lot of work around here. And so my house ended up being in a lot of disarray. My filming space was just not there for a long time. We found that when things were in disarray, it affected our mental health. Like, we just lost the will to do anything. We weren't taking our nightly walks. We weren't doing anything. It just seemed like, what's the point of anything? So it really affected us, and it was a long time, especially with our kitchen. It just was a really long time between, step one and when we could actually use our kitchen. And so it was in our living room, or, things just weren't functional. And again, as we were doing different rooms, things would get moved here and there. Anyways, so the disarray of the house really impacted my ability to film and my ability to have the will to film, if you will. And then as I was not filming, I started logging into work earlier. That's kind of, there's pluses and minuses to working at home. And sometimes the minus is, your work-life balance. And so I started logging into work earlier, and I discovered I actually really like to log into work early because I have some quiet time to do work before I've got meetings and people messaging me. And so I would just log into work earlier. So I kind of filled that gap of time I had previously been using to film. So with all that, it ended up being months before I even started kind of considering coming back. And like I said earlier, with kind of my lost passion, it was, I want to come back, but come back and do what? I'm still barely leaving the house. I still have closets that are way too full. I mean, honestly, I could go through, and I'd like to do that, go through and clean out everything again. So my closets are still full, and because I have still gotten some boxes throughout, like Short Story, I still get, that's the OG, I Love You Short Story. Style Starter, where you get the outfit in the box. I love that one. I continue to get it. Nadine West, I only still get because I get half off, and I'm afraid to discontinue it and not get half off anymore, even though I really want to end the service. So hopefully I'll stop getting that soon. And then Stitch Fix and Wantable, I still get quarterly, just to still enjoy it here and there, kind of a nice surprise, and try to enjoy that again. So I still have some style boxes. I've still done, a little purchasing here and there, not that much, but so my closets are still full. And I've also been enjoying getting the style boxes and not feeling like I have to film. I can just enjoy it. When I get a moment, I can go, I can try on my clothes, I can think about how I feel. Usually I'll try it on now for my husband to get his opinion because he has good opinions. And so I've been able to enjoy them more not filming, I have found. I mean, filming can be a bit of a hassle for me. I don't keep a continuous setup, so it's kind of a setup, a tear down, put everything back, get myself all, I get myself all gussied up just to film. It's, since I'm staying home all the time. So it's just kind of a lot. And if your heart's not there, again, it feels like a chore. So my husband and I have been kind of bouncing around ideas as far as, okay, if I want to come back, what do I do? And so it was like, what am I currently interested in? Well, I'm hiking and I'm working out so that I don't die while hiking. And so we had discussed maybe if I create a separate channel for that. But I just don't know that I'm all that passionate. Like, I'm enjoying doing those things, but I don't know that I feel like I'm passionate about it. I want to share it with you guys. I did some hiking videos, which I felt like were just kind of okay. And I think I enjoy hiking without worrying about filming. So, and then workout videos, I go back to when I did the style boxes, it was, I love this. I'm interested in passionate about it. I'm creating content I would consume. I don't think I could ever create content that is not something I would want to consume. It's just, it's about being interested in what you're doing. So yes, while I am working out regularly and maybe, I could make some somewhat entertaining videos around that, I am certainly not passionate about working out. I do it because, hiking hills are difficult and it helps with that. And I would never want to consume somebody else's workout content. It's just not a topic that I'm, all that interested in. So after we brought it up and I set it down, or, the conversation we brought up, I set it down, picked it up, down, and I just never could really come up with a topic that I would want to center either this channel around or another channel. And so it came down to me finally acknowledging, like, hey, I think I'm just not in that place anymore. I loved creating it. I loved posting videos. I loved seeing people's comments. I love that interaction. Even if I was a terrible responder, I still loved seeing people's comments and opinions and being part of that community. But just realizing I'm kind of not in that place anymore. I can't find something that I'm excited about creating content for, and I don't foresee myself ever really needing that big of a closet overhaul to kind of pick up the unboxings again. So I felt like maybe I should just go ahead and put a cap on the channel. So that time that I used to film, I'm now either working out or logging into work early, and I'm enjoying that. And I don't want to change that in order to film. I don't have a topic I even want to film about. And for me, it was never about, getting a bunch of followers or views or, a little bit of money or referrals, that was all perks, but it was just, I enjoy creating content that I like to consume. A number of times I've said content. And I just don't have anything else I can think of that I feel that way about. So, that's the writing on the wall, is that I think it's time for me to just officially end the channel. I always hated when somebody would just randomly disappear without explaining it, which I just did for the last year, so sorry. But I'm making up for it. Here's my video now. Here's my explanation. Again, not dramatic at all. There's nothing major in my life, or I'm not gonna have a thumbnail of me crying. It's just the reality of my situation, where my heart is and my time and things like that. So this will give us all some closure if anybody cares. So thank you for those of you who have watched, who have reached out, who have just cared whether I was posting videos or not, who have interacted with my channel. I appreciate you guys so much. I am so thankful to have had people who were interested in my channel, interested in me, who cared, who always had nice words. Everybody was very nice, and I'm very grateful for that. And again, appreciative of every one of you. So thank you. Sorry I'm leaving, but hopefully, my explanation is somewhat satisfying. And, if I ever do decide to create another channel, because I have a cool new topic I want to share with you guys, I'll post something here so you guys can go check that out. But you know, at this point, I don't see that happening. So thank you guys so much. I love you. I'm appreciative of you. And maybe we'll see each other again.